I think children have to be happy, feel good about themselves in order to learn, and part of that is feeling good about other people, and I think that's a strength of Abbey Gates. In fact, it's been mentioned that it's a cornerstone of our operations. I want everybody to feel welcome and to walk in and get that feeling of, yeah, we're happy, safe, secure, we're giving the children the best that we can.
And we play pirates.
Indeed we do.
Indeed. Let's go.
Oh,
what do we get now? Hanging.
When I've shuffled bits of paper around, or the computer screen's flashing, the phone's ringing, etc., etc., you can't beat a bit of scrubbing the decks with the foundation class.
I really wanted to see if I could teach about diversity and about different cultures in a really imaginative way. Using lots of different creative arts to really get the children to think about what diversity means, what racism means.
The Year 4 pupils at Abbey Gates Primary School in Nottinghamshire now follow a fairly familiar routine on Thursday mornings. They see their friends, line up, go inside and get ready for their lessons. So what will they be learning this term? Hang on, breakdancing, rapping and beatboxing? I asked Year 4's teacher, Darren Powell, to explain his creative arts project called Stamp It Out.
And I really wanted to teach the children issues surrounding racism in a really creative and imaginative way. And for me to do that successfully, I decided to teach it through hip-hop music. This Year 4 class are really motivated by the arts, and I wanted to encompass all their learning styles, the visual learners, the auditory learners, the kinesthetic learners, in one class project, something that we could all work on together and have a common goal. As a class we decided on creating a rap.
Deep down we're all the same. White rap, black rap, it's all hip hop. Racism, make it stop.
To go with that was a lot of breakdancing, and through the breakdancing they were able to represent types of racist bullying through physical fighting, verbal abuse, and also showing ways of how they could cooperate. So a lot of the breakdancing had images of fighting and battling, and on the other hand a lot of the breakdancing had images of cooperation, working together, no matter what the colour, no matter what the team, no matter who the other person is.
Racism, racism, stamp it out. If you don't, then we will shout. So this is why we rap this song, because nobody here is right or wrong. Racism, racism, stamp it out, because it's something we could do without. No doubt. We respect Dr. Martin Luther King, and much like him we have a dream. Our dream's simple, we have the right. What's the point if we can't unite? We all have hearts, we all have minds, we are all one of a kind. Just let the jungle brothers rap. Black is black is black is black. White rap, black rap, it's all hip hop. Racism, racism, make it stop.
Something that really impressed me with the children was how they put themselves into other people's shoes and were very empathetic towards people who may have been victims of racism, how they really felt like they had experienced what racism was like, and they really felt like they could empathise with victims of racism because they had rapped about it, because they had created and choreographed their own dances.
I've sort of felt how it feels, and it doesn't feel very good. Racism, racism, stamp it out. If you don't, then we will shout. So this is why we rap this song, because nobody here is right or wrong. Racism, racism, stamp it out, because it's something we could do without. No doubt.
To be able to express themselves creatively, the children needed to process their ideas about racism internally, and this led to a much improved level of understanding.
Discrimination was like a really big circle. Racism was on one side, prejudice on one, and stereotyping on the other, but discrimination right in the heart, because that's where it all comes from, discriminating against other people because they're different to you or because you've heard rumours about them.
I hope that when people hear the rap or watch the video that they think again before they say racist comment, because how would they feel if they experienced racism?
I find that discrimination is not a thing to do, and I think we should just completely wipe it out.
See my soul and not my face. Racism is a massive disgrace. It's a tough face, race that we all face. Face the change and connect human race. White and brown and blue and black. We respect people from a back. While kids are playing with toys, we are breaking to the beastly boys. Listen to the message of this track. Racism is double whack. White rap, black rap, it's all hip hop. Racism, racism, make it stop.
What our class has achieved this year is really amazing, and the great thing is I know that it will have a positive influence on other people.
Stamp it out, 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 stamp it out.
I've seen the children, obviously, over the years. I know them all very well indeed, but actually seeing them and listening to them, and it was the depth of thought, I think, that really stood out for me. It's actually what they got out of it. It's not just the dancing and the rapping, it's actually the thought that's gone behind it.
Karen, you, as a parent and a TA, what message do you think the children have learned?
Everybody's equal, and even my daughter, who's watching the news recently, she'll pinpoint different things that have been on the news and she'll relate it back to the experience she's already had at school. So she's already thinking about it and teaching her brother as well, so, which is really good.
Yeah, definitely.
The fact that they are so motivated about the subject and want to tell everyone about it and want to pick out things that are happening on the news and say, that's not right because of this, and to be able to relate their experience in the classroom to the real world.
It also seems to be important in the area of teaching and learning that teachers are learning something for themselves too.
It can build on skills and expertise and experience that people have already got, and it's perhaps a way of using it differently, but also perhaps having the permission to do it, to say, look, yes, there is a national curriculum, this is what we have to teach, but it's how we do it, how we get it across. And that has to come from the person who is in the class teaching.
What did you enjoy most about teaching us racism?
I enjoyed lots of it. I enjoyed being made to go to my breakdancing classes, so I got better at breakdancing. But the best thing, I think, was hearing the lyrics that you wrote, hearing them out loud on the stereo, because it was a real song then, and it meant something to you guys and it meant something to me. And it gave me goosebumps when I heard it for the first time. Doing it through hip-hop music, because it's something I'm really passionate about and love listening to and love doing, it just made it so easy for me to teach, made it easy for me to get motivated to teach, because it wasn't work, it was just another part of my life that I wanted to extend and share with the kids.
I think it's incredibly important that we share ourselves with the children,
I think I'll
actually.
definitely do that more.
Was it a learning process for you?
Yeah, I think it's sometimes quite difficult to use video in the classroom because you can either plan to how you're going to set up your lesson so it looks good on camera and so things go how you expect them to, but you know, being in a classroom with 30 children, they never do. So I did find this time it was more incidental camera work, so I was just filming sort of general class activities that they were doing.
It came over loud and clear that what he was actually doing was being very reflective and sort of self-evaluative of everything he was doing, of his practice.
And the fact also that I was videotaping it and always had a regular running record, it was much easier for me to evaluate as well. So that was definitely a useful resource for the reflection.
So it's reflecting as you go.
Yes, yeah, always. And the children reflecting as well.
I learned that racism is treating someone differently because of their skin colour, their culture or their religion. I don't think it's fair and I think everybody should stop it. I like doing the beatboxing and doing the arts because they were all really fun and it took a lot of time to do it and we achieved a lot of good things. Well, hopefully they will be able to watch this and then they will be able to stop racism.
Kate, what do you think the impact will be on the rest of the school?
I think it will be very positive, not necessarily in the classroom. I think it will be outside of the classroom at lunchtime and at playtime, because I think the children will have a heightened sense of fairness and justice and what's right and wrong.
I think it makes them think twice as well. You know, if they come across a situation, they automatically think, oh, no, perhaps I ought not to do that. You know, and they'll think twice about what they're doing or about to say to somebody. So it's definitely made them realise, you know, the deeper needs of other children.
And I think that sort of attitude as well is going to continue outside of school. And we also have our partnership that we've set up in Uganda. So we have another school, St. Peter's Primary School in Kampala, who have the same aims as us. They still feel that diversity is a really big need
Yes.
in their school.
Because we're going to be sharing this work with St. Peter's, it's got a global dimension now. You know, who knows where
it could lead to.
where it could, you know, exactly.
As a class, we decided on creating a rap.
Okay.
With lyrics.
This is the bit which is you changed it. And what did you do to change this
But
here?
also giving a message that togetherness.
What I did was, instead of having my
to go
voiceover
with that, there was
throughout
a lot of breakdancing.
this piece, I faded my voice out so we could hear what the children were saying and what lyrics they were rapping.
When you've got those children so close and you can really see their mouths moving, if you can't hear what they're saying, it just feels very wrong to the viewer.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's a good job. Did it help to make that change?
Yeah, I think it's definitely more balanced now. I think that's something that's going to stay with them for a long time, is that they do have a power to change people's viewpoints and they do have a power to express their opinion.